This is my post-fight reaction to Juan Carlos Camacho versus Jayson Mama. It was a very good fight, high action fight. I thought Jayson Mama was definitely being aggressive in the fight. Early in the fight, he was throwing some big right hands. Wasn't really throwing combinations, so I thought that he wasn't really giving himself a chance. Then a couple of rounds go by, and Camacho, he really gassed out early, was trying to throw some hard shots. Looked like he was going for the KO. And I thought that was what Jayson Mama was doing earlier, but he was doing somewhat of that, but also he was still keeping himself in a situation where he had a lot of energy later. He was throwing the jab in the middle rounds, connecting a lot, winning exchanges. Camacho was being very unprofessional, was falling on the ground, complaining, going to the corner. The referee had to warn him a lot of times. Could have had a point taken away. And you got to think about it. This dude got dropped twice in this fight. So Jayson Mama dropped him early with a knockdown early in the fight. Then later on in the fight, he dropped him again. And Camacho really had no answers for what Mama was doing. And it was a very tough fight. I thought Jayson did a good job letting his hands fly, giving himself a chance. And later on in the fight, Camacho, he tried to save himself with a couple of late exchanges and letting his hands go late in the fight, but it only did so much. Really didn't do anything as far as what he needed to do in the fight to prove that he was a clear winner. But from what the judges seen, man, Camacho ended up getting the decision. They ended up giving him the decision as the winner. I didn't feel like he was the winner in this fight. Getting dropped twice, getting outpunched. Didn't win any of the clear exchanges. No good punches. Was sloppy late in the fight. Very unprofessional. I'm just saying, like, it was very obvious at times that he was not all the way in and dedicated to his craft at a certain point. At a certain point, you got to be realistic with yourself, and I didn't feel like he was being realistic with himself in this fight. Camacho definitely did not deserve to be the winner in this fight. Just from what he did on the outside. Was not really throwing a lot of clear punches. There wasn't flush. A lot of clinching was going on in the fight. He was clinching so much in the fight, I thought that Jayson was clinching. Jayson was definitely not clinching throughout this fight. This was something that I felt more so came from the side of Camacho, and Camacho got away with it, man. He's getting away with a lot of different things in this fight. And if he doesn't be held to the same standard as everyone else, it's going to cause a lot of issues. I thought Camacho was definitely a loser in this fight, though. But he was a winner on the scorecards, and a lot of people felt like he lost. Didn't do much, man. I'm talking about this was one of the biggest robberies I've ever seen, especially in this year. In boxing this year, this is one of the biggest robberies. This was worse than Shaquille Foster and Castasiel. But shout out to Jayson Mama. I think he did a good job in this fight. He definitely brought a lot to the table. Tried to win the fight. Did everything he could. Just didn't get the right decision. I guess they didn't like what they saw. And usually that falls on the guy who's putting everything together, but it is what it is.